Hey guys, my name is Ved, and today you will be joining me here for a race at Supercharged NJ, the largest multi-level indoor go-karting facility in the world. Now today's video is going to be just a tad bit different from my other content because I truly want you to enjoy the karting experience. So maybe I'll be keeping my commentary to a bare minimum, and I'm going to be staying away from editing the video at all. It's just going to hopefully be a bit of my voice, the uncut video, and probably the visceral squeaking noises of this kart as I attempt to drive it around this honestly amazing go-kart track. So now just kind of bringing our focus to what's happening out here on track. I've been let out of the pits in front of everybody else. And you can't really see it, but there's a bit of a queue of karts forming right behind me, and that queue is only bunching together closer as I deploy the Pro Gamer tire warming strat, almost coming to a stop, to attempt to kind of bring some heat to these tires. And honestly, I don't really think it matters that much, but I was just kind of seeing what if I could do to kind of maybe give myself an advantage to allow these tires to adhere to what really looks like a shiny, kind of slippery go-karting track. And just kind of looking off into the distance, seeing the flashing yellow lights, more or less just signaling that we're being held at a slower speed. And once those turn green, it just means that we're good to go racing. So as we kind of weave around waiting for the light, and there you go, just as I say that, away we go for some racing around here at Supercharged. Now the lap time doesn't really start until we cross the start finish line, so away we go, just kind of moving ourselves quickly around this straight, separating ourselves from whatever karts that are behind me, looking over my left shoulder as we round the penultimate corner to start our lap here at Supercharged NJ. Kind of seeing, the first thing you kind of notice is just how insane the changes in elevation are. And when they said that the changes in elevation were kind of severe, they were not joking. In fact, I think as you're about to see, as the car kind of goes downhill, we kind of see ourselves gaining a little bit of speed, so it's not an insignificant drop. And you kind of feel, especially over here, you kind of crest the hill, you feel the stomach kind of just give in, almost like it's a roller coaster. Now making your way down this section, probably one of my favorite sections of the track, as I bump the outside of the wall there. And once again, almost finishing off one lap around here. It's about a 50 or so second, almost 60 seconds per lap, depending on how quick you are. And there you go, rounding our first lap around there. The quick double left-hander, almost taken flat. The tight corkscrew right-hander, kind of start in wide, late apex, and kind of let yourself drift out wide. Now you don't need the best line through here because the downhill section carries the speed through. More or less just flat through that section. Now late apex around here. Keep it flat, so kind of just straighten out the line to this next downhill section. So we make our way back uphill, crest the top of the hill. And making our way down to my favorite section of the track where the material kind of changes, so you don't have to worry too much about getting the power down. Just making sure you're kind of straightened up as the tarmac arrives. That's another thing I kind of noticed, that the material on the track does tend to change, so you just kind of have to be a little bit wary of that. As I'm looking into the front and seeing our first victim out here on the track, staying out wide, trying to leave him space, and then counter steering to avoid getting spun. Admittedly, I could have done a little bit better there, but it was my first overtake of the day, so cut me a little bit of a break. Looking on, seeing more karts up ahead. Now that's one thing you kind of have to be a little bit wary of, especially if you're a bit of a faster driver, is that traffic is going to affect how quick your lap time is. Jumping around, sticking to the outside, see if I can get the move done before the turn, and yes indeed, the move is done before I make the right-hander. Next victim up ahead, seeing if he can make the move right as we come across this double left-hander. And he's going to park himself right in the middle of the track, making contact with the back of him. He wasn't even parked on the apex, there was just no room left there at all as the kart slows down back to its kind of caution speed. Now I was kind of wondering for a moment whether that was my fault because I made contact. But I don't think it was, as we're going to quickly make our way back to racing speed. And I waste no time making quick work of that guy behind me. And once again, left in some free air to enjoy the rest of the track. Looking off into the distance, once again seeing another overtaking opportunity arriving quickly. We make our way downhill once more underneath one of the many overpasses on this track. Down through the relatively tricky and technical downhill corkscrew as I see the move. I was thinking about getting it done before the corner, but he's going to run a little deep coming into the hairpin, allowing me to get the move done on the straight. And immediately I see two more karts up ahead waiting to be overtaken. One of which actually is missing a brake light, so interesting that. Seeing the move, he's going to slide a little bit. I unfortunately make contact with him. I put my hand up, to kind of just apologize. But relentlessly, I take him on the next corner. Following through this quick section, braking a little bit deep, following it through, and kind of just trailing behind this kart. He's going to stick to the inside here. Probably not the move I would have gone with, because he's going to end up getting stuck behind this kart, allowing me to make the double overtake. Quite possibly my favorite corner as well, so I'll take that any day of the week. Once again, kind of just being left in some free air, and at this point, I think the race is about to come to a close. I think maybe just another lap or so remaining. And the way this race works is whoever has the quickest lap time is going to be the winner, be crowned the winner. And unfortunately, I just didn't think I was able to put my fastest lap together. I think there were certain parts on this track where I was able to put together quick sections, but I just didn't think that I had a single quick time. As there you go, I see the flashing yellow lights signaling the end of the race, but the kart still hasn't been slowed down yet, so I'm just pushing through, carrying the speed for as long as I can, as I inevitably am going to be slowed down to the cautionary speed. And there you go, as I throw my hands up, kind of disappointed that it's over, but I'll be back plenty times over in the future. Kind of let the kart behind me through I was kind of surprised that he's stuck all the way through with me, especially until the very end of the race. But that's that, as we slowly enter our way into the pits. Look left and right, and call it a close for our race around here at Supercharged Entertainment. Now, unfortunately, I only got to try track number 2, so if you guys liked this kind of video and want to see me do the same thing around track number 1, maybe with some kind of narrative, please drop a comment, subscribe, like, do whatever you gotta do, and I'll definitely make more content about this in the future. I'm also planning on releasing a full review of this place if you're interested on visiting, so if I do eventually release that, please consider checking it out. I'll probably link it to this video once it's uploaded. And other than that, have a great day, and peace out.